Dark tidings, Space Devils. Friendship comes in many forms. You could be friends with your dog, a cat, even a serial killer, and you wouldn't even know it. Truly, the list is endless. But there are those out there who on special occasions may find their best friend being death itself, or herself, or himself, or Grim.
I'm a working skeleton. Even that scary?
Okay, so maybe not Grim. But today I figured we'd take a look at Zaha's second best friend, only to Avakian of course, the all-around great companion and being of absolute power and darkness, Shimada Death. Way out there across the stars in deep space lies the world of darkness, and that's where Shimada Death comes from. Now, the world of darkness is a harsh place with many life forms hiding in the void, just waiting for a happy explorer like yourself to devour. We're probably gonna have to get someone to lock that snake up. Stay away from giant snakes, explorers. Moving on. Moving on, please. Oh God. At first glance, Shimada's appearance can be threatening, to say the least. Well, that's because it's supposed to be. Cloaks in this world are very powerful armor pieces that can protect the wearer from any number of laser attacks, bodily dismemberment, the end of the world by a savage moon. The list is quite endless. The 6 eye holes in Shimada's red mask and cultural red metal stakes with skulls are there for the purpose of just being cooler than you. It's a fashion status that us lower beings just can never achieve. Now when you look at Shimada, you see a robust, stacked, beautiful being standing at 198 centimeters tall. That's around 6'6". Flowing blonde hair, and just about the same amount of eyes on their actual face as their helmet. But once we look past their magnificent physical attributes, you'll find that Shimada is a guy. He is addressed as a man by his friends, and also calls himself as such. Like any manifestation of raw nature, the human ideas of gender are left on the cutting room floor. And for hired beings such as Shimada, well, he just likes whatever's comfortable. Shimada, like Avakian, has known Zaha since he was a child, and due to Zaha's cursed bones, Shimada sought to use Zaha's powers for his own interests. But Shimada being Shimada, lost interest and just figured being friends with Zaha was way cooler. Like any dark entity of death, Shimada is a free spirit who cares particularly about 2 things: food and having fun. What kind of food, you ask? Why, the souls of the dead, of course. And what kind of fun? Well, the dismemberment of all those who oppose him, silly, and traveling the galaxy with his space friends. So, there's also that. That's number 1. And now, it's time to showcase Shimada Death's powers of darkness. Trademark. Being the all-powerful creature of darkness that he is, Shimada comes battle-ready with a number of crazy, terrifying abilities feared across the entire universe, even in the world of darkness. One of the more mysterious abilities Shimada possesses is the flesh of death. Whenever something dies near Shimada, the flesh of death appears, looking like a tasty chicken drumstick with a halo. Shimada eats this materialized ecto-chicken for nutrition, and the size and taste of these ghoulish morsels depends on how the creature died and how powerful it was. Moving on, while a bit generic but par for the course for a death god, Shimada has the ability of invulnerability. being able to survive anything from the vast cold vacuum of space to walking away from a massive world-shattering explosion without a scratch. Another neat trick Shimada possesses is the ability to shapeshift. When Shimada meets Zaha as a child, he is already very much fully grown, but he shrinks himself down to the form of a child to better relate to his young friend and cause mischief in the Leviathan-class elementary school ship Trigun. Next is sudden death. Sudden death, well, it's exactly what it says. He touches you and then you die. So, case closed. A more suitable ability comes in the form of invisibility, where he can turn himself and whoever he chooses invisible. Very useful in tough situations. He also has claimed to be able to tell the age of anyone he sees and able to tell when someone's lying. Keep in mind, Shimada, like Zaha, is still very much a teenager in his level of growth. So boasting is something I'm sure he does enough of. Now, Shimada does appear to be immortal, but that's only because nothing has ever stood a chance at killing him. But ultimately, this is one of those up-in-the-air situations. I, for one, won't bother to find out, and neither should you, Dark Explorer. In conclusion, this concludes our nightmarish yet educational segment on why we shouldn't cross paths with Shimada Death and always seek to become his friends or die.